Nikunj, thank you for joining Motor India's coverage here at FADA's annual conclave. Wanted to understand post GST reduction now. How is the sentiment in the dealer fraternity? What is the sentiment in the market? We are arriving at the festive season. What is your overall take of the market?
I think this was a trigger that the auto industry had been waiting for. This is what we expected from the government, that they need to now trigger demand because everything else that the dealer fraternity and the OEMs needed to do have done. And I think the government has stepped in absolutely at the right time, just before the festival. It will have a great impact specifically on the entry level, the stress that was being felt in both entry level two-wheelers and cars. I think this reduction will definitely make cars more affordable and will make those people for whom these vehicles were aspirational come back to the market.
There is still a talk or debate about the cess and the inventory that is piled up, since the demand will spur from the festive season, which is 22nd of September and beyond. What is your opinion on this?
So this is definitely a complication which was avoidable. We thought the government would have thought through it, specifically because they are going to stop cess from the 22nd of September and dealers are holding large inventories with high cess. The loss which will occur if the cess is stopped is going to be huge. I mean, the industry estimates are almost 2,500 crores, and I don't think any dealership worth its while can take that kind of a loss. Therefore, we have appealed to the government and we hope and expect some relief to come in.
So while you will be able to mitigate this challenge, you see a lot of opportunities, especially in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, the rural market. And I was talking to one of your colleagues in terms of the FADA's research and insights that they provide. What kind of data-driven insights are dealerships across India asking from FADA in terms of hand-holding them to digitization, more documentation? What is your take on the research and the academia that FADA is doing?
See, data is the oil. So data is the oil of the future economy, and I think FADA at the right time has stepped in and is giving us insights which were otherwise not available to us. A lot of those insights are helping us plan both our wholesale and retail. And I think if FADA continues to go the way it is in terms of the data insights that they are giving to dealers, specifically in tier 2, tier 3 cities where they do not have their own resources to collect this data, I think it will go a long way in the future of auto retail in tier 2, tier 3 cities.
Well, are there any particular insights or advantage that you are passing on to the young generation entrepreneurs and dealers? Because we see a lot of Gen Z who buy on the digital portals and then they decide even before touching the physical. So how is FADA training the next generation entrepreneurs and dealerships that are taking over the traditional route of dealerships?
I think FADA realized this gap a long back, and FADA started a Gen Next group for FADA Next Gen dealers, and they are doing a number of initiatives. They have tied up with various institutes including IIMs, IITs, institutes like NIMS, where specifically curated programs have been designed for next gen dealers who are coming into business, which will help them to navigate the new challenges which are coming in auto retail. And I think it's a very dynamic and very evolving business model which they have to come across, and I'm sure this initiative of FADA will help them navigate these challenges.
Another aspect that even Mr. President Vigneshwara in the morning addressed, that all partners have to come together, which includes the financiers and the insurance bodies. Any special advice for them how they make the whole experience for customer easier and that they are able to create a brand and retain the customers?
So I think it is extremely important for both the finance and insurance companies to treat us as the first customers. And if they treat us as the first customers and not as competitors, I'm sure we can make the entire purchase experience of a customer absolutely out of the world. We will need to work as a team, as an ecosystem, and not compete with each other for doing business.
Perfect, Nikunj. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank
Very
you.
wonderful insights.
It was a pleasure. It was definitely a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.